Hey everybody, it's Alicia with Allure Marketing for another Fine Tune Friday. It's the first Fine Tune Friday of the new year, 2018, so I'm very excited, very happy to get going. Thanks for joining me a little bit earlier today. Just one of those time constraint things that hopefully won't have too many of in the coming future. Just as a reminder, you can view us on here Fridays at 3 p.m. All right, so what I'd like to talk today about is social media marketing. And is it a diminishing value for businesses, or is it the perfect opportunity? I think it all has to do with your viewpoint and your outlook on life and business and how you take advantage of situations. Are you an optimist? Are you a pessimist? Or are you an opportunist? So I've in talking with a lot of solopreneurs and small business owners, I hear a lot of frustrations. They're frustrated. They're ready to give up with social media marketing. I mean, there's not a ton of people flocking to their business, knocking down the door, begging them to take their money and do business. So it's not working, right? Wrong. It's definitely working. When I hear people's frustrations about social media marketing, I think of two things. One is probably that they have unrealistic expectations about social media and how it can be help their business. Or two, maybe they have the wrong goals, or their strategies aren't lining up with their goals, and so therefore it's not working. But those are the two things that I think about when people vent their frustrations, or they say, social media doesn't work for my business. It can. And that's the thing. You just have to figure out a creative solution that would work for your business. So if you kind of think back in the early days of social media, it was much easier to get your message heard, right? You just simply posted a message on Facebook or social media and people heard it, they responded, and you got business. You got leads from these customers just simply by posting something on Facebook. But it's because it was simply, there wasn't as many people online back then. There wasn't as much noise or clutter or competition or ads, right? So it was easier to get your message heard. But so much has changed in the last 10 years of social media. You know, gone are the days of instant reach, of instant return on investments. Businesses have to be creative in getting their message out. You need to pay to play, unfortunately, anymore. You can't, even though Facebook is free, you can't just expect to post your message and expect people to give you their money. You have to pay for advertising and possibly change the reason why you're on social media with your business. Consequently, it's a lot more difficult to do social media today. There's a lot more to think about. You can't simply post anything. You have to know if your page is optimized for Facebook searches, for Google searches. Does your post that you just created align with the goals that you're trying to accomplish? Is your message clear? Maybe you think it's clear, but your readers don't understand what you're talking about. Does it bring value to your audience? I mean, the list goes on. There's so much more involved than just simply putting up a pretty picture or a cat picture or a picture of your food, right? You need to have a little bit more thought behind your posts. So today I want to address the frustrations that I mentioned earlier. The first one being unrealistic expectations about what social media can bring for your business. And I've sort of talked about this already, but simply creating a post will not bring the flocks of people to your business. And while you do want to post on a consistent basis, you don't want to post for posting's sake. You need to make sure that each post brings value to your audience in some way and that it aligns with your business goals. So let's talk about your business goals for a second. What do you want out of the time and effort and money that you're putting into social media? Whether you're doing it yourself, you're paying for an agency or someone like myself to do it for you, you're still putting money into this. So what do you want out of it? Is it purely a monetary return, where you just want a bunch of clients or leads from your social media efforts? Perhaps then you need a significant ad budget behind those goals and time commitment to participate in the Facebook ads that will reach out to the clients who you're trying to get to come into your business? Do you have a new product or a service, or are you trying to create brand awareness? You might consider doing several videos that demonstrate how your product works or what value your service can bring to them. But you need to think specifically about who your customer is. Not everybody is your customer, even though you want everybody to be your customer. Not everybody is your customer. Not everybody, not your product and service will not fit everybody's needs. So you need to really think specifically about who your customer is so that you know how to add value to their lives. Or perhaps the greatest challenge you face is educating your clients about what value your business can bring to them. Maybe you can do an online class or set up regular events on Facebook or Facebook live classes for your business. You can teach people how to use whatever you're selling or how your business works. But I'd like to offer a word of advice here. Setting realistic goals means understanding that those results won't happen overnight, okay? You know, no matter how badly you want them to happen overnight. You've probably heard that it often takes about 20 times for people to see or hear about you before they feel comfortable and trust you enough to give you their business. So what does that 20 times looks like? Is it 20 posts and you're done? That would be too easy, right? Because you need to keep in mind that just because you do 20 posts on Facebook, they will not see every single post because of Facebook's algorithms. So simply creating 20 posts isn't enough and thinking, well, they've seen them, they ought to give me their business now. That just doesn't, that's not going to be how it works. 20 times might take a month or 6 months or a year or more years. You know, you just gotta trust in yourself and believe in yourself and know that you're doing what is right. You're putting in the time and the effort to make things work, so results will happen. You just need to be patient for those 20 times to happen, and just keep that in mind. Okay, because consistency does matter. All right. Frustration number 2. Perhaps you have the wrong goals or your strategies don't align with your goals. So let's say I want to address the idea of having a wrong goal first. Most of us want more customers. They want more business. So how can that be a wrong goal? Well, simply put, to reach a wide group of people on Facebook or on social media who are not your customers, who have no idea who you are, who've never heard of you, you need a hefty ad budget. And I'm not talking $25 a month. We'll address that in a second, but you need a hefty ad budget. There was an expert on at a recent social media conference I went to, and he said he regularly spends $3,000 every month on Facebook ads because he tests each ad and each little specific area of the ad 10 different times. So he'll create, in one ad campaign, he'll have 10 different ads, and there'll be variations on a theme. Perhaps they use different text, perhaps they use a different picture, perhaps there's a video, perhaps the targeting is a little different. So he's testing every little nuance of the ad to see what works. And he's able to put $10 a day for 10 ads and run it for a month. That's $3,000 a month. And guess what? He's successful that way. So he's not successful because he has great content, although he probably does have great content. He's successful because he has an ad budget that he's willing to put the time and effort and money in behind to get his message out and to get his message out the correct way that'll resonate with his audience. So you want all these customers, but you don't have an ad budget that'll back that up. So that's how come the goal could be wrong. And while spending $25 a month is definitely helps, it's better than nothing. You don't want to do no ads. You definitely want to do some ads. So $25 a month is better than nothing. It's a good start. But you need to lower the expectations from this goal. You need to realize that $25 a month isn't going to bring you 100 clients. I'm not even sure it'll bring you one realistically in terms of how many people you reach versus the dollars you spend. But just because you don't have that ad budget to reach the people that you need to reach doesn't mean you're in a bad position. And I know it's not easy to hear. It's not fair when you can't get what you want when you want it. I understand that more than anybody, perhaps. But that doesn't mean you won't get it, right? I mean, you just might not get it right now. So do what you can, build off of it, get a new client, spend more money, and then keep building from there, and you will get the results you want. You will reach the people you need to reach and get new clients that way. But let's say you don't have a large ad budget, but you still require a lot of new clients. And so that's an example of the wrong goal. It's like I said. But now let's say what sets you apart from your competition is your excellent customer service. You've got a perfect 5-star review rating across the board. You've got an A+ rating with the BBB. You deliver excellent customer service. That's what you're known for. But instead of playing to your strengths, maybe you're trying to educate people about your product or your service, and you're holding these online classes. How can that be wrong? Well, again, it's mostly because the efforts that you're putting behind it in spending the money and the time to come up with these classes isn't fueling your passion, isn't doing what you do best, and that's providing excellent customer service. That's what you're good at. That's what you enjoy, but that's not what you're doing. You're educating the people instead. So maybe think about holding live Q&A sessions, or doing an AMA, Ask Me Anything. Facebook Live is a perfect format if you don't want to use Reddit, because people don't want to be sold, right? They want their answers to the objections. Your product sounds exactly what I need, but how much is it? But are you really going to be able to deliver that? That sounds too good to be true. They have all these questions. They have these doubts. So eliminate those objections by holding the Facebook Live Q&As. Give people a chance to voice their questions and to voice their objections and opinions. And I know that sounds scary. People don't want to hear people's objections. That's negative. That's negative talk. Negative reviews are bad, but it's not. If you can be a part of the conversation and you can eliminate the barrier between them and them buying your product or service, guess what? They're going to become your customer. You're creating an opportunity for them to be your customer by overcoming their objections. And what better way to do it than providing excellent customer service through a live Q&A session? And I can guarantee your competition isn't doing that. So you'll have a leg up on your competition if you can overcome these client objections. And if it's between you and your competition, but your competition isn't answering their questions and you are, guess who's going to get the business? You, right? So take advantage of this opportunity, eliminate the barriers, and overcome the client's objections. What a better way to do that, right? So I just want to talk to the business owners one more time, summarize out there. Don't be stubborn. Don't shut down and say Facebook is being mean or Facebook doesn't work for my business. It's just that you either don't have the time or you're not thinking creatively enough to come up with solutions around the problem. So, and you want to be on Facebook. Facebook is still the most active social media platform out there. It's got over 2 billion active monthly users. People are already there connecting with their friends and family. They will search out businesses. They won't search out for mine. Yes, they will. Because 85% of people will reach out to businesses on social media before they'll pick up the phone. They want immediate answers. They want those answers. That's what I'm telling you. So you need to have an active, consistent presence and be part of the conversation on Facebook, online, on social media, or you're going to miss out. So don't miss out, right? Take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. Think a little creatively to come up with solutions around the problem. Don't let the problem intimidate you or frustrate you. Tell the problem it's not going to keep you down, and you know a way around it. Simple as that. Facebook can work for you. Social media can work for you. You've just got to find a way to make it work for you. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good weekend and a happy new year, and stay social.